Hi there, I'm Michelle Gibbings. Welcome to this week's Happy Hump Day message. So today we're talking about building a career advisory board. And you might be thinking, what is a career advisory board? Well, stay tuned. I'm going to explain. When you think about it, success rarely happens alone, and we all know that. We need people around us to help us, guide us, challenge us, support us. This tried and tested statement really came to the fore for me on the weekend. I was balking at doing something, worried about being judged by people. And then a friend of mine, a former work colleague, stepped in and really challenged me, helped push me forward. She was the support network that I needed at that point to be able to make the decision to do what I needed to do. It was a great reminder for me of the role that the people around us play in helping us get to where it is that we want to get to with our career. And often it's the people that care for you the most that see what it is you really need at that point in time. It might be a family friend who helped you get your first job interview, a former work colleague who refers you to someone, which then leads to your next job. It might be a boss who has advocated for you, has helped you get that step up, that promotion that you're looking for. When it comes to your career, those contacts, relationships, they all matter. Now, researchers refer to that as your developmental network, and it's the people in your network who take a really active interest in your career. They take specific action, helping to advance your career. It can be friends, family, peers, work colleagues, former work colleagues, community contacts. Marianne Ekman from JMAK, University of the Applied Sciences, and Pia Hillman from the University of Eastern Finland examined the role that these types of networks play in a manager's career. And their research has found that your developmental network, it's integral to your career success. Similarly, Johan Chong found that developmental networks also matter, and his research focused on females, and he found that it's not just who's in your network that matters, but it's the level of intimacy in those relationships, the depth of the relationship, and also the size of the network, because having people in the network who had status and were well connected increased your chance of career satisfaction. So we know that career success, it's not a solo venture, but we often don't pay enough attention to who we actually have in our career network. Who do we need alongside us, behind us, beside us, with us, as we're moving through our career steps? This is where the concept of your career advisory board comes in. Because just as organizations, government institutions, corporates have boards that provide advice and guidance and challenge, it can be really helpful to have the same with your career. These are the people who are going to provide insights, ideas. They're going to constructively challenge you. They're going to provide connections. They're going to provide the insights and challenge that you need. So to me, there's 5 key things, like 5 key benefits of having a career advisory board. They can really expand your perspective on what's possible in your career. They can connect you with people that you don't know. They can help you overcome roadblocks or obstacles, whether they're real or perceived, that can be blocking your career progress. Number 4, they can also inspire you, because when you hear their stories of success, it can help inspire you to do likewise. And lastly, they can help you remain focused on what it is that really matters when it comes to your career, because there is no one version of success, and you have to know, what does success look like for you? And this is not comparing yourself to anyone else. This is working out what matters to you. So there's 5 key roles. There's a mentor. Now, this is a person who has likely been, or may still be, where it is that you want to get to, so they can give you advice on what the next steps might look like. Then there's the sponsor. The sponsor is a person who advocates for you. They're the person who, when you're not in the room, they're talking about you. They're the ones that are saying to people, hey, you need to talk to this person. They're fantastic. Then you might have a career coach. The career coach is going to be a sounding board. They might provide moral support, ideas, insights, tools that you can use to help you work through what your career steps can look like. They're going to help you navigate those career choices. Then you can have advisors. Advisors can offer advice on specific aspects of your career. It might be a financial advisor, a technical advisor. It might be someone with marketing expertise, a thought leader in areas related to where it is that you want to get to. And then lastly, industry contacts. Now, this is a more general category, and they're going to be people who are in that field. They can provide ideas, advice, contacts. All 5 roles play a part. But who's on your career advisory board is going to change over time. Why? Because what you need to help you, to guide you, to support you, it's going to change as your career evolves, as you develop through your career. Sometimes the people in your career advisory board might be all people that you know in a work-related context. But don't forget that you will have people in your social networks who can be useful too. Now, when I use the term board, you might think that that means they're going to have regular meetings and they're going to come together and there's going to be minutes and it's very formal. No, it can be incredibly informal. There's not going to be minutes, there's not going to be regular meetings. You might have people on your career advisory board who don't actually know that they're on your career advisory board. Yet that might also be formal relationships, particularly if it's a mentor or a career coach, which might be a paid role. I also think when you look at your career advisory board and you're thinking about who you want to have on that board, there's 5 key things to think about. This is what I call the 5 C's. Lots of 5s in this one. You want to have people who are going to constructively challenge. Great to have people who are going to be nice to you. Great to have people who are going to say everything you want to hear, but you need people who are going to challenge you. Challenge your choices, challenge your ideas. That doesn't mean you have to listen to them, but you do want that challenge to be present. You want people who will contribute, share the lessons that they've learned, share ideas, their experiences, the insights that they've gathered through their career. You need context. You want people who've got different perspectives, different backgrounds. You want people who aren't too fixated on one perspective or one view or too dogmatic. You want people who are going to cultivate your mind, cultivate your beliefs, cultivate opportunities for you. And lastly, connect. You want people who are willing to connect you with people in their network. Now, remember with all of this, when you're developing a career advisory board, everything has to work 2 ways. Yes, you're wanting something from your advisory board, so you need to be prepared to give things in return. It might be your time, it might be ideas, it might be focus, it might be, well, absolutely it will be, appreciation and gratitude for what it is that they're showing you. Above all else, like everything with your career, have fun with this. Because when you're building your career advisory board, when you're learning from them, spending time with them, you want it to be an enjoyable experience. That's it for this week. Have fun, take care. I'll see you next week.